Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Yes, back into the ANVIL Vault Breaker. And this being another tutorial video, this is about Jungler. I decided to go ahead and run, minus my perma upgrades, decided to run Jungler basic builds on the first galaxy that you go through. Nonetheless, if you guys have any more questions, we do stream on Twitch. Drop me a follow on the old Twitch, drop me a follow on the old Instagram, and could drop me a sub on here maybe. Like what you see, what you like. Other than that, y'all, keep your dick clean. Peace out. We'll do a first timers build. So eventually, I'm pretty sure, because I got a couple of these, like, can't remember when I got them, but eventually you will find a skill power one, so we'll just put that on. And if you pay for the premium, then you get the 500% skill power one, so I'll just keep those two on, and we'll just run it with the one blue relic instead of the purple, to not be so, like, I'm so fancy.
Initiating procedure for new exploration.
You can do practice mode, but it doesn't get you anything, I don't think. So, I always run through, because even if you make it to, like, the 4th spot or something and you die out, you have a potential roll to get one of the relics that you got on your way through. A lot of people, they'll grind the first galaxy until they get a set of relics. We'll go with his standard rifle as well, just to show, like, you know, first run through kind of deal. Now also, I will admit that these I can't take off, so... And these are all, like, weapon power bases and stuff like that, penetration, crit, defensive stuff as well.
Starting planet exploration.
But again, with those perm upgrades that you could get, they're not like huge variants. Alright, first and foremost, alright, we got these 3 skills lined up as far as your upgrades and shit. Plus 300% skill power. This is very useful because that shit knocks any projectiles out of the air. Weapon power for 10 seconds we could go with, or we could go with 200%. So with me, I'm going with 300% skill power with a little swipe, because we'll probably find the other one within the session. The 200% skill power to my rockets away shit. Leave me alone! Oh, that was my mind's going off. I was like, what the fuck? This is always a good one. 15% chance to reset skill cooldown on skill hit one time, 15 seconds per skill. Very useful. I've used it before. Pretty much anytime that you hit, it resets the skill entirely. So we'll go with that. The big shield greaves, they're good, especially for running solo. And with a character that has no healing effect, then that's something that we'll need anyway. That way, when we are getting attacked, if we dodge and do a perfect one, which is pretty easy with most of them, except for, I don't know, the support characters are a little wonky with me. I'm not that great with them, of course. When you get to the melee characters and shit, all they have is like a bubble shield. It's not a dash, so it's really easy to just sit there and fucking spam that shit. You can just sit there and spam their little bubble shield a bunch of times, and as soon as the boss tries to hit, it's an automatic counter and you get that buff. See, we got increased power, positive effect, or the 220% movement speed. We're probably going to go with weapon power, just because we'll be able to build off of that as well.
Give 'em hell.
See, right there, I did a little perfect little thingy.
Oil. 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 Give 'em hell.
Yeah. Weapon power is always like a good thing, especially with a lot of these, in particular characters, with the assault characters, just because you're kind of the DPS run. But, let's see here, what else? We got 180 to play with, so we gotta go through to the next one. We're gonna grab movement speed.
Give 'em hell. Oil. Oil. Oil.
Alright, we got a standard shotgun, 30% damage against poison targets. Or sandstone, not standard, sandstone shotgun. This is good, but you have to be really in the boss's face for it, and you gotta really hold it there, so it's a matter of preference. You got a lot more range out of this. Jungler, I would suggest sticking with rifles. If you're running Sandman, he's pretty similar to Jungler, but he uses shotguns primarily, so kind of, again, preference. This is a good one here. Attack power goes across the board. So as far as your overall DPS for weapons and your skills, attack power is definitely going to be your go-to, and that one with the 5th planet, it stacks. So on this run, I don't think it'd be useful, because once you get to the 5th planet, that is the boss, and it's after clearing the 5th planet. So this is kind of arbitrary, unless you want to get 15% at the start of each stage. I think it's like rounds up to like 60, I guess. You'd end up with 60% attack power, which is not bad, but we only have 193 points, and we're kind of trying to figure out what we're going with. So we could either do 100% skill damage, or the survival skill cooldown, which helps with us dodging around anyway. So it's either help after dodge or help for dodge. So given the time, or given the in particular level, we're gonna go with skill dodge.
Warning.
I actually had 2 purple rifles drop. That's pretty impressive. Alright, word. Now we got a Venom rifle here, which is probably one of my favorite guns in the game, just because it tracks and it fucking does ridiculous damage. What do we have on it, though? We got 15% damage against targets under status effect when shield is active. It'd be useful, very useful. Increased damage 25% the closer that you are. Not that useful, because we're trying to stay the fuck away from shit. 15% attack power increase for 5 seconds when weapon is not in use. Well, it's always in use, so that's kind of eh. 30% attack power when holding 300 coins. I don't want to be holding 300 coins. I want to fucking spend all my coins. 5% attack power increase at the start of each stage. That could be useful, but it is this Lancer rifle, which is very niche. It does a lot of damage. It's comparable to this, but I just like the Venom rifle better. So anytime that you see those, we got a recovery one as well. So we got 45% on survival. I didn't have that much time to choose shit, so I had to be quick about it.
Starting planet
And then the
exploration.
50% recovery, because if I'm not mistaken, eventually you can get some stuff that's like heal some percentage of something, another, yada yada yada. And when you're doing that, then you just want all of that shit. So right now we have crit power. That's what we want as well. So that's going to help overall with DPS, 40% crit. Now we just need to increase crit chance as well, which can be done through various amount of things. Our mines are our key, though, with this build that you want to be running with this. So anytime that you see a cooldown for some shit that you're trying to use, definitely go for that. Going with the first little boss.
Give him hell! Reload! Reload! Give him hell!
And you see how that skill shit that I have is like redoing. Anytime that I hit with the skill, it has a chance to reset that shit, so. %, positive effect, 15% chance to reset skill on skill hit. We already have one of those, but we could double it down to where instead of a 15% chance would have a 30%. But this is also the rocket gun, and it's good, but it's not my favorite. I'm very biased on the Venom shot. Okay, we got weapon power here. We'll go with that because we need more weapon power. We've already got a 45% skill cooldown, so if we see that again, we'll probably snag it. Now, with me doing that, I have now eliminated all my points, and this is stuff that I could get, but I can't now because I have spent the points. So, and you could go back to the kiosk after beating the boss and shit and choosing something from there. You can refresh this shit each time. It picks some new stuff, which I'll burn up points, whatever, just to show you. Which I could have had 2 sets of greaves. I could have had level 4 greaves at that point if I went with that, but that is not what we're going for. We want some dashing because we are running solo, but we don't want to be such a speedy boy that we're losing DPS overall. Like, you can run fast and dodge all you fucking want. It ain't gonna help if you can't put any damage on the boss. See, right now with the weapon that we're using, we're kind of looking for attack speed at this point, because attack speed is gonna help us out overall. Create a decoy that attracts the enemies. Skill power for all skills for 10 seconds. Oh, that's a 50% buff to it as well. Ooh, AoE though, for 5% of max health when using speed dash. Now this is something that, as far as choosing shit that goes, we could have 2 things that increase the damage essentially. The AoE of the bullet slash, which we've already put a 300% buff on, or we need something as the character that we're running to heal. This shit is, in my opinion, fucking overpowered as fuck, because it's not just when you do a perfect dash, it's just dashing. So that skill cooldown that I got is going to help as well, because as we got right here, 30% survival skill decrease, or cooldown decrease. But then we also got this right here, which is recover 5% of max health. So if we get that low enough, we'll be able to pull that shit in pretty fucking like easily. Like if I get hit and hit hard enough to where it doesn't kill me, but almost, then I can back off and dodge around for a second. Like, I'll demonstrate, let these things hit me a little bit. Oh, well, I got on my God shield right now, so. But yeah, alright, for instance. Now I just dodge, 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 back up to full health, boom. If I was running the second galaxy, I would probably go for this, because you can build off of this when you get the petrified target. Which then increases the percentage damage done to this. This just adds the effect after 10 hits. We dropped another venom shot here. Oh, is that a gold? Ooh, freeze rifle. 40% crit. Adds burn effect to all targets. 20% attack power when holding 20 more relics. Other than anything else, this isn't bad. But what do we got here? Increased damage up to 10%. Get closer. 50% skill power increase. Receive damage. No. Like I said, I'm biased. Even though this is gold, it still only has 3 things on it, and it's not like it's any like that much better than what I'm holding. Other than the 50%, 150% weapon power. So that's where it varies. This is only 130. The other one's 150. But I don't feel as if this does enough damage. Yeah, as I was saying with that shit, I would add that on there because you can do a stack kind of ratio with it. For instance, if I picked up this rifle, now I'm doing freeze damage. So if I wanted to add freeze target to it and then build that up, eventually I could be doing 150% damage to frozen targets. Well, same goes for if I wanted to use poison as well. If I add this on there, that adds petrified to the weapon damage. So after 10 hits, along with after 10 hits with the poison, or after 10 hits with the freeze, which I'm pretty sure it is in the description of it. Okay, the freeze rifle, it clearly applies freeze, but it's probably after first hit. But yeah, a rifle that fires toxic 3-way beams. The beams track targets and poison them after 10 hits. So at that point, I got 10 hits, I'm doing poison damage, and then at 10 hits, I'd be doing petrified damage, which that kind of stops them in their tracks. So we could probably snag that and not have too much of a issue with it, or I could save my money. So, but we're not saving money, so we're gonna add it. Fuck it. But now we're doing poison and petrify, which petrify is basically like freeze. It's a immobilization element. Unlike shock, fire, and poison, they're not immobilization, they're just damage over time. So now with with the mines and the rockets, we apply burn, plus we got poison and petrify. So we got 3 elements that we can work with off of that. This is something that we need as well. Skill cooldown after 2 seconds when a skill hits. That could be useful. We're gonna go with the 80% health with crit.
Prepare against new threats.
See, if you saw that little robot fucker, he actually froze because of the pet, or not froze, but was petrified. Now we got a gold venom rifle. 30% attack power when holding 300 more coins. Arbitrary, not really necessary. Increased damage inflicted on enemies by 5% for 5 seconds. That is a good one. Increased attack speed. That's definitely good. Skill cooldown reduction 0.5 seconds each second after weapons not in use. That could be useful as well for whenever I end a session. So, one thing that's not good, but 3 things that are good, and the attack speed is something that we're looking for. Also, keep in mind with the second galaxy, they're not guided like this. Like this one, you'll run into a couple of them, but not often. Most of those are like free roam shit, or free roam-ish. It's like a 4x4 that you can go anywhere on the map. There's another gold one. What the fuck? It's my luckity ding dong day. 40% crit, 20% to poison target, 20% increased movement speed, and 15 damage under status effects when shield is active. This is automatically better, like 100 times over, because we get crit, we're doing poison, so 30% more movement speed, which is awesome, and then 15% damage against targets under any status effect with our shield active. So anytime that we do a little perfect little dodge, then we'll have a shield active. 50% skill damage when ammo is above 70%. Now, this gun is literally a 3-round burst and it reloads back up to full. So that counts. Basically, most of the time, I'm going to be at least 70% or higher of my ammunition. So this is a good one to use as well. Crit chance for 15 seconds on perfect dodge. We don't want to rely on that, but we could get that just as like one of our backups. But we're gonna go with that one first. We only got like we can come back to that one. Sometimes you can't, but that one we can come back to. So.
Give them hell! Oil, oil, oil.
He wiped out that area pretty good. I just one-shot that motherfucker and one-shot that motherfucker. See, we're already starting to do pretty good DPS. Like, 8 grand for this area is pretty good. Oh, here we go. This is what we were looking for. Poison target. Because we're doing poison target, we're already doing 30%. Now we have 60%. And we're going to increase weapon power as well, because on the third one, we get a recovery increase. So where that 5% health comes in, it's now 10%, I think. Yeah, 50%, then it's 100% increase, so it goes from 10 to 20%. Or no, it's, I don't know, math. You get it, math. Good old math. Holy shit, I'm fast.
Give them hell! I almost feel bad for you. I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad for you. Give them hell!
This little session right, or little thing right here is like only a 3-part. It's 2 lines, or 2 areas, and then a like mini boss area.
Strong ominous force detected.
Those things that I just broke open, as you can see, are robots, so they help you with kills. They don't steal any of your points or anything like that, but they do help with killing shit. Are they necessary for me? Probably not, but we have them anyway. And right now, my shit's doing enough DPS to where I could just about one-shot these fuckers with just the mines. So right now, we're kind of building on weapon damage because that's all we've been able to find. As soon as we start seeing some skill damage stuff, then we can actually get the mines working in our favor by a lot. And also, you'll find these skill things at the beginning of each level between 1, 2, and 3 Galaxy. On the Season Challenge mode, they're only at boss fights, if I'm not mistaken. Cover 3% of max HP per target hit by bullet slash, so that could be useful, but we've already got our shit for that. Instantly reload plus 30% attack speed for 5 seconds when using dash. Us being bouncing around, that would be definitely a lot more useful. Immune to all status effect, 200% defense for 5 seconds, and 50% attack speed for 15 seconds. That's really, really good, but at the same time, us only running the first Galaxy, stuff's not that hard, so that's kind of arbitrary. Not unless I see it again in comparison of the other choices that I have for this, then I'll pick it. But as of right now, instant reload, 30% attack speed is where it's at. Plus, I got 40 fucking % movement speed right now. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Get out of my way, robots. Fucking hell. All right, what do we got here? There's crit damage, so we definitely need to put into that. Healing scope can be useful sometimes. I don't always put it on, but it just depends on what's options that are there for me. We got skill power again. Yay. And then 15% attack power. Increase for 5 seconds when weapon is not in use. Well, the weapon's always in use, so no. And then 15% crit chance when shield is active. So we'll probably snag that before we leave out of this little corner. Alright, so yeah, we got 250, so that ain't bad. We will put that on, and we will be on our merry fucking way. Ooh. Another cooldown, maybe? We'll see what the other one has. Up, increase attack speed. Then skill power when shield is active. But we have enough now to actually snag one more of these. So at this point, we also get attack speed with the 3rd upgrade. So now we're shooting a lot faster, and we're 40% speed. Our cooldown's stupid fucking quick. But we can realistically bum through those and still be fucking rolling through pretty good. We're doing about 26,000 DPS right now. The last last session we were doing 8K at the end. So more power screams in DPS. See, this is good too because we got that little shield active. So we'll grab that. This is the fifth level, isn't it? Maybe? I think it is. Number of projectiles increased. Or 200% skill power. So this is a boss fight. And if there was another thing afterwards, then I would choose differently. But fuck the amount of projectiles. We want 200% skill power on that shit. Because at this point, we're doing 282 crit with 250 weapon, 214 skill, and 130 attack speed. Or my movement speed's at 160, which is dope. So we can move around, we can get around, boot, scoot, and boogie. And we're doing 60% to poison targets. So after 10 hits, this thing's gonna start doing some pretty good damage. See, that's that petrify working for us right there. And see how much damage that shit does? We just brought him all the way down to his fucking shit. We'll get a little dodge going on there. Right now, he's invincible, so this is just fucking trying to build up something here. Dodge right there, a little dodge action. He's invincible again, doing his little fucking shit.
Give him hell.
Drop the hammer.
I almost feel bad.
Oh, see, we almost made a mistake there.
I almost feel bad.
There we go. And he's dead. Behold. And remember as well, if you still got points, which I do, you kind of want to, especially if it's your first time through, you want to grab shit that you don't already have as perma, like shit that you can throw on before you run your session. So you'd always want to grab stuff that you don't actually have, like built up and shit like that, like turret greaves. That would have been a good one to grab. I have those. I'm not worried about it, but yeah. Any of these would have been good to just grab at. And again, if anything, you're interested in something specific, you just run over here to the kiosk, rifle through this motherfucker until you get what you're looking for, and then buy it if you have the currency. So just remember, you got 120 for blues, 180 for purples, and 240 for golds. First galaxy, you will not find any golds. So, and that concludes the DPS build for Jungler. Well, if you've made it to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate it. And if you do so want to help me out on supporting, by all means, drop a follow, drop a little subscribe on the old YouTube, and yeah.
What are you laughing at, bro?
Because I'm recording a ending video. You know what I've done like on the other videos with you guys at the end?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, as always, like and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Keep your dick clean. Baldy Pell, you guys got anything to say?
Peace out.
God damn it. All right, yep, that's it. Have a good one.